What happens when you design a vase with two completely different shapes? One on the outside, one on the inside. Let's just say it gets interesting. It's part sculpture, part flower holder, and maybe part UFO, but I'm not really sure. It started with a fun idea, a 3D printer, a bag of concrete. Let's dive in. Welcome back to Timber West Design, where we talk timber, shade structures, and outdoor living. For this project, I had a few simple goals. First, I wanted to make a bold sculptural vase, something that you could put a plant in and look like the centerpiece. Second, I wanted to make something that would be a statement piece, something that would look amazing in your yard. And third, I wanted to challenge myself with a more complex 3D printed mold to see how far I could push the design. Here are the supplies you're going to need for this project. Some Cementol cement mix. You'll need a drill to mix it, a scale to weigh it out from water to Cementol ratio. You need a mold release. After it's made, you'll need some spot putty, some sandpaper, and some primer, and your top coat. I love this Flex Stone from Rust-Oleum, looks really good. So that'll get you started. So I came up with this vase design. I've got the outer shape and then you got the inner shape. It's kind of cool when you combine them together like that. So this will be a fun one. I really like this design. So the top mold ends up being like this. So you just do this side twice with the coarse section, and then do the bottom mold, do that twice. Everything bolts together and you send it to the printer.
Here's the mold coming to life, layer by layer. It took many hours to print, but watching it build itself never gets old.
The 3D printer's been busy. We've got 5 parts ready to put together. The first step is put some mold release on these inside surfaces. So what we'll do is kind of move some stuff aside. Got my mold release spray box. Take some canola oil and I just spray. And we take this little foam brush and just make sure it gets everywhere. With these deep pockets, we want to be really careful and make sure that we get in here really well, because we want this to release. So I'm going to do that to all 5 components, and then we'll start bolting them together. The molds have all the mold release on it. It's time to put the 2 halves together and put the bolts in. So just snap these in here. The bolts are going to hold it tight and register the molds to each other. So let's get this thing bolted together, and we're really getting really close to pouring some concrete. We're all bolted together, ready to pour. This is about 16,000 grams of concrete, which is a decent amount. So I don't like to do big mixes. It's much easier to do smaller mixes and just do back-to-back pours. I'm gonna break this up into 3. So we're gonna do 3 smaller 5,000 K pours, and let's go out and mix. I'll be back in a minute. So we are getting almost full. There we go. So what I like to do on a flat bottom like this is I like to overfill it just a bit and then come back and tool it after it sets up about 10 minutes. Just start setting up a little bit, tool that bottom so it's perfectly flat. And whoa, we got a little bit of run here, but that's okay. We're good. This is gonna be cool. So tool it off, give it about 3 hours, and we'll pull this apart. While the concrete sets up, a quick reminder, at Timber West Design, we custom build timber pergolas and pavilions, and we ship them anywhere in the continental US. These aren't prefabbed kits. Every structure is made to order and designed to match your space. Head over to timberwestdesign.com where you can set up a free consultation with me to design your ultimate outdoor space. It's been about 4 hours. It's still fairly warm. I want the exotherm to cool off. It's about 115 degrees when I check with my little temperature probe. So it's time to pull it just because I want to see it now. So let's start taking bolts off. Let's pop this thing open to see what it looks like. All the bolts are off. It's time to pop that. Oh, that core came out easily. Okay, now this is a little bit trickier. Screwdriver and just pry it in here. Just work this thing. We don't want to break it off. We want to tap and just get things loose. Okay, I feel this is starting to go up. There we go. Oh, look at that. I'll just tap this one. There it goes. Okay. There's number 2. Let's go for number 3 and see what happens here. Let's see. There's that one. And then the last one. There. Okay. Wow. Look at that. That is cool. Well, it needs a little cleaning up. Give it a day or so to dry out fully, and we'll tackle the next step. Quality sleep is the foundation of our health. It influences how we think, feel, and perform. When we sleep well, we enjoy more energy and focus, stronger immune system, improved mood and mental clarity, greater resilience to stress. Imagine sleeping like a baby every night. Think what your life would be like if you could sleep deeper, stay asleep longer, and wake up feeling fully refreshed and rejuvenated every day. With Newcom's proven sleep protocol, you can enjoy the best sleep of your life with ease. I've given it a couple of days to dry out, so we have a parting line here, and it's just a few little flaws. So you can either take a block where the block can reach, or in these recesses here, I'm gonna have to take some folded up sandpaper and get those. So we just want to go around, feel it, make sure it's all smooth, and we're gonna get ready for the priming booth. The first coat of primer will be fairly light. Just go around, cover everything. I'll let it flash off for a little bit, come back and do probably 2 more heavier coats of primer, depending on how things get covered. And then we'll get ready for the next step. The first coat of primer is dry. I like to take this Bondo spot putty, take a glove, and just smear it in some of the areas that need a little bit of attention. So there's a lot of surface area on here and a lot of parting line, so we're gonna just go through it. Any little voids we'll fill. We'll sand this whole thing with 150 grit sandpaper. I'll probably do 1 more primer coat on top of that, and I'll get to that point. So the first coat of the Flexstone paint goes fairly light. We're gonna go on that, go around everywhere, hit all the places we can reach. We'll let that flash off, and we'll see out the next coat. Here's the second coat for the Flexstone top coat paint. Kind of the same as the first. We just go around, cover everything we can see, make sure everything's got a good even blend of the Flexstone on there, and we'll give this overnight to dry. The paint job turned out really well. I'm super happy with how this looks. I just need something to put inside. How about we borrow these? We'll put these in here. I really like how these flowers look in this vase. It turned out so good. This is gonna be a keeper. This is staying at my house. So if you wanna make one of your own, you can go to my website at timberwestdesign.com, download the digital files, print your own, cast your own, paint it whatever color you want. Don't forget to subscribe because you don't want to miss the future projects that are coming. We'll see you next time.